diverse town that loves foreigners, strangely enough.
I think you can also find all the community of the world in Paris.
Within Paris itself, you know, there's more going on than most of the United States.
When we first came to play here, when we didn't live here actually, I saw this city like a monster, like a big monster that can eat you alive. It's really, you can lose yourself in Paris.
La chose parisienne, par excellence.
I like people from India, people from Arabia, people from Africa, people from Australia to come to our country.
I'm trusting you're going to really do a good edit job. I guess I'd had the dream probably since about the age of 16 to one day come to and live in Paris for a while. I didn't think I'd live here as long as I've ended up being here. I was already working as a pianist in Sydney. I'd worked both as a classical pianist and jazz pianist. It was everything I'd expected, you know, the cafes and the pretty girls walking down the streets and the general level of culture, the architecture. I loved it. I found the winters, you know, difficult. There was an intellectual buzz about this place that I really appreciated that I didn't always find back home in Sydney. Just even if it's just talking with someone over a cafe counter about politics or philosophy, the conversations tend to really run in all directions, whereas your more typical conversation back home would tend to drift back towards the weather or the beach or sport. It's living history. I mean, it's extraordinary what's taken place in this town. Wars, revolutions, assassinations, all sorts of things have gone on here. And I found all of that absolutely fascinating and interesting. It enhanced my enjoyment of the place.
Somebody who walks in the streets of Paris knows that that every stone has been there for, you know, 200, 300, 1,000 years maybe, and that it has a content, you know, it has a soul, it's a cell memory almost. And then there's the legend that that artists coming from abroad, writers, composers and all that, have charged Paris of this romantic and artistic aspect, you know, and of course it's very appealing.
Yeah, even from Australia. For musicians, I think, yeah, they can find, you know, enough to satisfy them. For the writers, I mean, I know so many American and also Aussie writers, you know, who do the obligatory starve in a garret for at least a year anyway, to get enough material for their great novel. And you see painters all along the Seine, trying to recreate, find the spark of inspiration that that drove a Renoir.
More places to be romantic, to look at something and say, oh, wow, wow, that's beautiful. You know, what he said is beautiful, you know. So here, my dear, you did, you know, or drink a wine that's so fantastic, and here, my dear.
Must have this one.
No, it's